For an entire generation, Blockbuster was synonymous with Friday night.
It wasn't just a store, it was a destination, a cultural touchstone that shaped leisure time for millions. At its peak, this American video rental empire commanded an awe-inspiring presence, operating a vast network of 9,000 stores stretching across 25 countries.
The yellow and blue logo was instantly recognizable worldwide, symbolizing convenience and unparalleled access to entertainment.
Blockbuster generated an astounding $6 billion in annual revenue, an almost unimaginable figure for a brick-and-mortar business in the late 20th century, making it a colossus in the entertainment landscape. In the heyday of physical media, Blockbuster perfected the art of video rental. The aisles of VHS tapes and later DVDs offered a tactile experience, a treasure hunt for the perfect movie. They boasted an unparalleled selection, strategically located stores, and a sophisticated inventory system. This seemingly unassailable business model created a reliable, lucrative revenue stream built on late fees and new releases. Blockbuster wasn't just successful, it was dominant, a market leader whose grip on the home entertainment market seemed absolute. Its consistent profitability and vast reach suggested a future without challenge, a perpetual golden age for video rental.
Yet, even as Blockbuster basked in its glory, a nascent, struggling startup called Netflix was quietly trying to carve out a niche.
Founded in 1997, Netflix began as a DVD by-mail service, an idea that seemed quaint and impractical to many in the shadow of Blockbuster's vast retail empire.
Without physical stores, Netflix relied on the postal service, offering convenience but lacking the instant gratification Blockbuster provided.
In 2000, Netflix was far from the streaming giant we know today. It was a small, experimental venture, burning through cash and desperate for a strategic partnership or acquisition to survive in a market it had barely touched. In the year 2000, a pivotal meeting took place that would forever alter the course of entertainment history.
Netflix founder Reed Hastings, facing mounting losses and a precarious future for his fledgling company, approached Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco.
Hastings presented a proposition and offered to sell Netflix, his struggling DVD by-mail startup, to Blockbuster for a mere $50 million.
Antioco, reportedly, dismissed Hastings from the meeting, viewing the small startup as an insignificant threat and its business model as unproven.
The idea of acquiring such a niche service seemed not only unnecessary but perhaps even foolish to the leader of a billion-dollar empire. Blockbuster's dismissal was not born of incompetence, but rather a classic psychological trap known as incumbent bias. This deeply human tendency afflicts successful organizations, making them prioritize the protection of existing, profitable revenue streams over the riskier proposition of cannibalizing them for future survival. For Blockbuster, the $6 billion generated annually from physical rentals and late fees was a tangible, reliable income. Investing in a speculative and proven online model felt like self-sabotage, an unnecessary move that would erode their established market. The logic seemed sound at the time. Why disrupt a winning formula for an uncertain future? This bias blinds companies to transformative changes. While Blockbuster remained anchored to its physical stores, Netflix, unburdened by legacy infrastructure, began its relentless march towards innovation. Free from the constraints of maintaining a vast retail footprint, Netflix invested heavily in its online platform and, crucially, in the emerging technology of streaming. Its subscription model eliminated late fees, a point of friction for many Blockbuster customers, offering unparalleled convenience. The company pivoted strategically, anticipating the digital revolution that would transform how content was consumed. Netflix's foresight and agility, once dismissed, began to unlock exponential growth, leaving its once dominant competitor in the dust. The consequences of Blockbuster's miscalculation became painfully clear. As Netflix embraced streaming, Blockbuster struggled to adapt. Its attempts to launch competing online services were too little, too late, and lacked the conviction and technological infrastructure of its rival. The vast network of physical stores, once its greatest asset, became an enormous liability. Maintaining thousands of locations and a massive inventory became economically unsustainable as customers migrated online. By 2010, the once mighty Blockbuster empire, unable to pivot and trapped by its outdated model, collapsed into bankruptcy, a stark reminder of how quickly market leadership can erode. The decision to dismiss Reed Hastings and his $50 million offer is now seen as one of the most expensive business blunders in history. The lost market value for Blockbuster, had it acquired Netflix, is estimated to exceed $280 billion.
Business historians now identify that single rejected meeting as the most expensive decision in entertainment history, a monumental missed opportunity that reshaped an entire industry. It stands as the clearest, most profound example of how institutional arrogance, disguised as financial prudence, can destroy a century of accumulated wealth in less than a decade. The Blockbuster saga remains a powerful, cautionary tale, illustrating the critical importance of foresight and the danger of clinging to the past in the face of an evolving future.